The post SS Rajamouli curse continues, and it is a bit infuriating for me. Hi guys, this is Farhad and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. If you're new to this channel, then please smash that subscribe button now. And as a video ritual, remember to like and comment on the video. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. And today, the Telugu film that we are going to be talking about is the new, much awaited Telugu pan India film called Devara, which is part 1 of two or maybe more. It stars Junior NTR in his first appearance after RRR. It also stars Saif Ali Khan and Janvi Kapoor. And my criticism comes with a lot of salt, and you'll have to take it with not a pinch but a lot of salt here because I am absolutely furious with the film. What is the obsession of the filmmakers to, towards Bahubali? Bahubali, it's taking the exact same template and putting it here in a film while calling it original. I mean, it's absolutely preposterous, it's absurd, it's atrocious, and every other adjective in the dictionary that is there related to this. It cannot be an original script when you're actually following a template of Bahubali. It's a story of a father and son, if you care, and also how they deal with the obstacles in the form of an antagonist who is larger than life, is intimidating. It's the area, it is set in a coastal village near, the sea that is there. The setting might be different, but the core is absolutely Bahubali. This is Bahubali set against the coastal road where, humans, there aren't any humans, there are amphibians in the film. It's absolutely hilarious. So if, it's infuriating and hilarious at the same time. Coming to the story and screenplay, I'm absolutely exhausted by this style of storytelling that is there, wherein every little detail is verbose and you need to feed the audience literally about everything that comes or everything that is following through a character who's narrating the entire story. So the context here is something totally different that is set. At the beginning, you get to know that, there's a World Cup happening and there is almost like a terror attack, so to say, wherein the cops are assigned the duty of tracking down that one terrorist slash gangster, you can call him, slash smuggler. I don't know what, he is not established well. And the trail starts in which one thing leads to another, wherein the cops land up in a little coastal village called Ratnagiri, if that was the name in the film, wherein they meet a character who sits and narrates the story. And imagine, the cop has no other work that is there, and he nicely sits and has lots of time on his hands, to listen to every little detail that old man is telling him, which probably has, I don't know how much significance, because the character that is he needs to catch barely has a significance in the first part. Imagine how weak the writing here is and how flat the screenplay is, that it absolutely is hilarious and infuriating. Now you know why it is hilarious and infuriating. And if you really care, there are a few moments that do score. I might have to admit here, it's not entirely a train wreck. So, the initial portions, the setup that is there with the world, I think that is still, I can give it to the filmmakers, in which, you are set up in a little village wherein the villagers are a group who smuggle goods for their higher authorities that is there, until, the protagonist, Devara, he gets to know that, in a very patriotic speech by the Coast Guard, let that alone, but he still gets to know that things that he's doing is wrong, and he always has a tendency of questioning the authorities, the anti-establishment, so to say, as opposed to his partner in crime and his nemesis, Bera, who does he just wants to carry out his duty that is there, and that leads to a little conflict between the two. Now the politics and the conflict between the two was something that was on interesting lines, I would say. I wouldn't say it was completely, it held my attention, but at least it was getting somewhere, with the little conflict that is there, which led to an interesting interval block as well. And it, gave me hope that the second half will actually be good. But the interval block remained the best part of the film, because I mean, the second half, just discards this completely and sets on another kind of a subtrack involving Vara, who's Devara's son. And it was so infuriating because there was a little love story that is there. Now, love stories are so typical and so problematic in the Telugu film industry. I mean, why are they not learning? I do not just understand. Here, the innovative part is that the girl is lusting over the guy. I mean, imagine if there's a gender reversal here and how problematic that would be. I think this is equally problematic. Stalking and lusting is absolutely a no no, irrespective of the gender. And I mean, it was just oscillating between the characters that is there, from one sequence, one fight sequence to another, to a love story and a song that had absolutely no business in this universe. And you can just sense my frustration from the film, how bad the film eventually turned out to be. It was almost laughable. And man, then after a few oscillations and some mindless action sequences that is there, you come to the final act when there's a twist that is absolutely forced in your face. It's almost like कटप्पली ने बाहुबली कटप्पा ने बाहुबली को क्यों मारा. This has another version of that same rehashed version of the same thing, and I was like, oh man, this is again Bahubali that is there. You aren't doing anything original here. In the name of an extravagant and ambitious film, you are actually serving mediocrity to the viewers, and kudos to the viewers for in accepting this mediocrity. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous that you're seeing the same damn story again over again and you still aren't complaining. I mean, okay, Jay Junior NTR is fine, but this is ridiculous. This screenplay is absolutely mediocre here, absolutely mediocre. Coming to the technical aspects, I feel the dialogues are a little corny, cheesy, conversational. It's okay. I mean, you can let it pass. The music is good, but the songs have absolutely no business in this film, especially that love song between Janvi Kapoor and Junior NTR. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculously poor. It's cringe, so to say. That aside, on the serious part, the BGM by Anirudh actually makes things work at a few places that is there. Even though the action set pieces are a little prolonged and the 3-hour version just adds to the minutes that is there, getting far too tiring in the second hour especially, and the finale, which was not at all staged well. The action, the BGM against that, and the walks that the BGM extracts, I think that is something that works in the film. The cinematography also works to an extent. The beautiful shots of the coastal village, I think, do work, although the VFX I felt was absolutely not up to the mark at all. You can't have such VFX, especially when the budget of the film is 300 crore. Remember ARM that is there? The budget of that film was 30 crores and it still had wonderful VFX. So there's no excuse for people who are saying VFX was decent. I have absolutely no sympathy. You cannot serve substandard parts of VFX here, when the budget is bloody 300 crores. You can't do that. Other than that, I felt the editing was all over the place, especially in the second hour. It was almost oscillating between a love story and a fight sequence. Oh man. Oh, I need some time to recover. I think the director that is there, Koratala Siva, who previously made Acharya, was absolutely a ridiculous film in itself with Ram Charan. That was again the post Rajamouli curse that is there. That again was a disaster, and this is no less than a disaster as well when the budget is 300 crore. I mean, some sequences he does show promise, some prowess with direction, but overall, I mean, the direction was very poor. The staging itself was an issue for me. The staging, the finale that was there, felt so underwhelming. The screenplay was flat, but the staging was also flat. The execution was also flat. Some of the sequences were absolutely hilarious because they were physics-defying sequences. There were no humans, there were amphibians. You were appearing in the water, living underwater for 9 minutes, 10 minutes. I mean, what the hell is going on here? You can at least make a grounded story. And if you're saying, talking of culture, it doesn't speak much about the culture. Come on, I mean, don't fool yourselves in saying that this is culturally rooted and all of that. It's not. It's clearly not. And it's just hilarious and also a little infuriating. You can see I'm a little flustered while even recalling and talking about that. Coming to the performances, I felt the performances are absolutely a mixed bag here. Most of the characters, there is no characterization of the supporting cast. Most of the talented actors like Shine Tom Chacko, or even Kalaya Rasan, even Sudev Nair, there, even Prakash Raj for that matter, he's just being the narrator, nothing else. They were just reduced to absolutely nothing characters that were there. Was zero effort in the characterization. Even the portrayal of women here was absolutely ridiculous. They had no purpose in that land, so to say. Janvi Kapoor was just lusting over it, and that was all she was given in a 20-minute role. She was used as a prop, literally like a prop, and only for marketing purposes in the Hindi territory, I would say. Other females also, like the character of the mother, it looked as if she would almost die if Devara is not there in front of her. I mean, what the hell is going on? It's ridiculous. Anyway, moving on. So but the two powerful performances of the film that was there was by Saif Ali Khan, who looked really dapper, and especially in those curly hair, that was, they really looked good, looked intimidating, although the writing again didn't give him much much scope, but at least he made a meal of it. He at least managed to do a good job here, and it's a kind of a shame that the writing didn't give him much in the first part, because he actually has the tendency of pulling off these antagonist characters, really well. Junior NTR also does a good job here. He has a wonderful screen presence. He also, is agile on screen. You can see he's agile. And there's a little charm to his character that I really like. Generally also, even as a person, when you look at his interviews that is there, you like that charming presence that he has, which is why it translates into collections also, and not because of the film. So don't be fooled, in thinking that this is a good film. It's not. Devara Part 1 is just absolutely a sinking piece of mediocrity. Part 1 that is there, and I say part 1 because part 2 is also about to come. By the way, what is this business in dividing the film into 2 parts or 3 parts, a trilogy, when you can complete the story in 1 part? After a point here, there was nothing new that the director was trying to say in the second hour. It went round and round, it went in circles. So why not just complete the film in the first part itself? Why do you need to make it into a cash cow and divide it into 2 parts? I have no clue. It's absolutely disappointing, when, such a big film is failed on the writing part itself. The pre-production, as you call it, the writing itself is flat. It is plain fan service, and I don't mind fan service, but at least have a story to tell. If you do not make the damn film. Not for 300 crores, not for 1000 crores, not for 100 crores. Do not make that film. Don't waste the time of the viewers that is there. So, if you're liking this video, I mean, you can see me so flustered and angry in this video, but I'm sorry, I have to be honest with my viewers. I cannot cheat them. So if you're, watching it, and if you feel bad, if you're liking, if you feel that no, I've not covered it correctly, then that is your opinion. My opinion, I have given it. If you're liking this video, please smash that like button, comment on what did you make of the film. I mean, I found it to be pretty mediocre. Yeah. This cannot be the standard. The bar of entertainment cannot be so low for me, at least. Anyway, so if you have any recommendations, throw me some. If you'd like to read my full review of Devara Part 1 on my site, Popcorn Reviews with AWS, then visit that. Share this video with your friends and family. Ask them to subscribe to the channel if you're liking the content. Follow me on social media platforms, so do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information present in the description box below, along with the link of the film Devara. I'll see you again soon with another video, probably tomorrow. Till then, take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.